And I think we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our demo day. This is the first time we actually changed a little bit the time when we are used to do the demo day. Today is going to be a little bit earlier than usual. We are expanding the BGA across Europe, across the US, and at some time we need to be flexible in organizing all of these demo days for everyone, depending on where they are. They can attend and they can share the services, the product, demo their game. So here we are today. So very happy to be here today with our two speakers. I think the Legions of Elysium, they will be joining very soon, but we're going to start right away with Ensuit and Ken. Ken, if you're ready, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. And I've checked out some other demonstrations and who the members are of BGA, but you guys have a lot of games, obviously because it's BGA, and a lot of pop content and a lot of exciting stuff. But N Suite is to many eyes might be a bit of a boring tool to look at because it's for back office people who are like more on like the back end of behind the scenes of these games. So without further ado, let's just jump into the platform with just a very brief intro. So I'm going to go ahead and share my entire screen actually because I have to show some browser extensions as well.
No problem. As soon as I can see it, I'm going to be able to display it on the screen so everyone will be able to see it. Okay, I can see something. Here you go. You're good.
Okay, cool. So N Suite is a set of tools that a lot of blockchain gaming and also just Web3 projects in general use to manage their private keys and their operations around signing transactions. So as you can see, it's not a very sexy UI yet. It's a very plain and simple. We intend on making it like an easy to use tool, so we don't intend on installing many funky UI kind of things. Um, the tool sets are a wallet extension that works pretty much just like a MetaMask. You can connect the wallet using the connect with MetaMask option. It is a MetaMask fork after all. We mainly support EVM networks. And the end board function over here is for basically workflows. So it's a private key management software, right? So this dashboard function is meant to be a workplace where you register your users, request transaction to be made and sent to the blockchain using the wallet function, except anything that needs to be sent to the blockchain has to be pre-approved in the dashboard function right over here. So whether it be sending tokens, you can use it just like a wallet, sending tokens or minting assets or deploying a smart contract, all these operations that require transaction on the back end of these Web3 projects will have to go through the approvals here. So the basic setup is you have your workflows where all your requests live. Over in Teams, you basically manage, who has access, which addresses are registered in platform. You also have some sort of contract management system where you register your contracts and you can actually deploy them through N Suite as well. So just to give you a couple use case demos where it's like, okay, so say I'm in like the weeds of a project, operation, and I need to go through the approval flows to do a transaction. So say I'm doing like an airdrop, right? This is a very common use case. We have a bulk form where you can basically mint and airdrop the tokens. I'm going to go ahead and select the contract where the NFTs live. I'm going to select bulk because this is one of our key features. It's a unique differentiator we have where not many tools have like a bulk minting function like this. So I'm going to go ahead as the requester. I'm going to title this, say like season 3 allow list airdrop request, a message for request. Please check details and approve. Attaching file. I'm going to attach my very important business plans here, just so the receiver knows the intention of this request. You can also set a due date just for schedule management. Over here, I'm going to select the contract we already selected earlier. I'm going to select the signer of this transaction. Over here, I have a CSV upload function where I'm going to basically bulk upload the token. You can see my entire screen, right? You can see the
Yes.
CSV here as well. Cool. So I've uploaded a CSV. Actually, I'm just going to quickly switch over to the CSV itself. So this is what the CSV looks like that I've already entered before this meeting, obviously. The token IDs as well as the addresses that are eligible for that token ID, right? So this is what I've uploaded into the platform. It's automatically loaded all the thumbnails for the NFTs as well as the addresses that they're going to be minted to. So if I click see more, I can just kind of scroll down the thumbnails, get a preview. Um, again, we don't have, you know, I guess we could have put in like more generative arts, but this is where, like, say if it's like a PFP, like the character appeared, this is the thumbnail, right? You can just kind of scroll through the previews. And also if you're an engineer, you can kind of check the metadata, see if it's correct. Okay, so now that I've confirmed that this is correct, I'm going to go ahead and send it through the approval flow, which the admin has already pre-configured. In this demo, step 1, the project manager approves. Second step, accounting department approves because there's like gas fees and money spending involved. I'm going to hit request. And just to speed up things, I've set myself to the approver as well. So I'm just going to hit the approve button, boom, 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 until we go to the transaction step here. So since I've set myself to the approver as well, I'm just seeing the approve button here. Just going to fast forward through this in the interest of time efficiency here. So now that this request has been approved, now I see an execute button. Just to briefly go back to the request list, waiting for your confirmation. Where's that request? Believe it is this one. Yep. So I'm going to open it. I see as the approver the details of the request. It looks a little different from the requester standpoint, right? So you can see that the people before me have already approved this request. I can see the attachment if I wanted to. All the details are there, download CSV, etc. Okay, looks good. I'm going to hit execute. Confirm gas fee. Oh, this is a little sluggish. Okay, there we go. I'm going to sign with my wallet. And the transaction sent. So that's it for the NFT mint function. You can do this in bulk. All these have been sent in one, basically request. So, if this can be hundreds or even thousands of NFTs in one request. So if you're looking to really, have a lot of bulk operations like this, it can be quite efficient. So that's one unique feature we have in the platform, aside from all the other basic examples, but like just sending tokens or deploying contracts. In the interest of time, I can't go over all these, but pretty much anything that requires signing of a wallet can be done through this platform. Another unique feature we have is we can also add custom networks. A lot of custodial solutions out there when you want to add a custom network, and we do only support EVM chains, EVM compatible chains at the moment, but not many wallet solutions or business custodial solutions support addition of custom networks out there. So you can just whip up this screen just like in a MetaMask when you want to add a network. You can go in the system and basically you can whip up whatever chain you want as long as it's EVM. And that's it for my demo. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's if you want to go over other things, like you still have some time. You tell us, Ken. But that's
okay.
That's yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, I was trying to be efficient, but okay.
You are, but you can continue.
That's awesome. Okay, that's usually people are told to be like, oh, your time is up, please move on. But
yeah,
I guess I have the
no
luxury to maybe go over some more features. So you can kind of apply the same logic to, for example, if you want to airdrop like a token, right? We have a form for that. You go to send token and then bulk sending. It works just the same way, except over here, you're basically selecting a token. And then you basically have a bulk upload function, same idea, address and amount, and then you go through the approval process.
What will be the best case study use case you could give to one game company who will be interesting in using the solution? I understand obviously around the ability of one team, the game company itself, to manage every authorization, permission, minting process. But yeah, if you have any use case you would like to highlight based on the fact that we're talking about gaming specifically, don't know if you have something.
Right. So while I'm not a dev myself and I don't really deal with, like, I don't develop smart contracts myself or do the deployments myself, what I can say as a part-time account manager, that where I've seen my customers actually use the platform, a lot of them use it for contract management, meaning they would
Mm,
basically preload their contracts in the platform right here. And, usually the old ones, they kind of archive so that they don't, you reuse it by mistake. Sorry, there's a lot of junk in here, but it's kind of hard to tell, how customers actually manage it. But basically they would put like V1, V2, just kind of label it to
yeah,
keep track of, when they've deployed it, or, however way they want to label it and however way they want to manage it. But basically by keeping like their version management of contracts in here, they know, okay, so, from so and so date, I need to deploy this contract. I'm going to preload it. And then over in the workflow function, they're going to go ahead and use the deploy function right here, right?
very cool.
So a lot of like contract updating goes on with customers, as well as I've highlighted the bulk minting and bulk sending functions, because honestly, those are also like the most commonly. I'd say, like, we're thanked by customers quite frequently for these features, because before they were doing things a lot like, manual work, a lot of repetition, like, send, send, send. Like, this is very tedious and very time consuming. So a lot of these bulk functions are they're very much appreciated by our customers.
Especially when you are aiming to attract and reach thousands of players. Obviously, bulk function are well appreciated, I guess. So yeah,
Exactly.
makes sense. Yeah, no, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the presentation, Ken. Really appreciate it. I know that. So let me remove the screen. Here we go. So at the end, you should ask a question. I'm gonna display the question, but do you know the question itself? So everyone, again, we are in our BGA demo day, which means we have our speakers, BGA members. They're introducing the project, demoing the game, the product, the service, and at the end, they will ask a question, and it's going to be the time for Ken to do so, and you will be able to actually answer the question, and if you do correctly, you will be able to have a prize based on the projects we have here. So that will be the case. So Ken, if you remember the question, and I will display it as well, at the same time.
Yes, I don't remember the exact wording, but what is NSuite? What are some of NSuite's unique features? What are some key differentiators we have? This is the question.
Yeah, I think we highlighted you also highlighted this a lot. So that's an easy one for you. We will see, and we will wait, obviously, for everyone to participate. You just need to go on the comment section and provide your answer, and we're gonna pick a winner. So I'm gonna just let the question open for now. But thanks again, Ken. Thanks again for the presentation.
My pleasure.
Ed, pleasure to have you again. It's for Curve Reality this time, so I give you the stage. Please let us know.
Thank you very much for having me, Flav. Again, it's always a pleasure and an honor to be here at the BGA. Always look forward to demo days. So today's a little unusual. This is something that has been worked on for a great number of years. In fact, pre-NFTs, if you will. This is the culmination of about 12 years of R&D. For the past 4 years, we've been working in stealth. We partnered with NVIDIA to build a games console, a new category in computing, if you will. Something unlike anything else that's out there at the moment. There's a link, a second link, curvereality.com. If you could please load that up, you could do a screen share for that while I explain the device. It should probably add a little more context. I do have a beautiful gadget here, but this video will probably do it a little more justice.
Okay, let me. So you said the website. Here you go.
Thank you very much. So in essence, if you think about virtual and augmented reality, oh, I don't know if I can see that screen share anymore.
Yeah, my bad. I think you good now. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, so if you think about virtual and augmented reality, fascinating pieces of technology, but they're slightly short-lived. The two types, effectively, you have headsets with the computer built inside them, self-contained, if you will. Devices like the Oculus Quest, like the HoloLens. They are interesting. They are good to get the ball rolling, but unfortunately, they generally are too heavy to really use for any long periods of time. And that's because they have a lot of compute power all bundled up in a headset. They did that because it was certainly better than being tied to a big immobile desktop machine, like a games console or a desktop PC. But nonetheless, we felt something better could be done. And I said that we've done about 12 years of R&D here, and that's because back in 2012, we actually developed the world's first self-contained virtual reality headset. And it was through that R&D that allowed us to form a partnership with NVIDIA, which we've had now for quite some time, as their only Android partner building consumer-grade XR, VR and AR products. So what we're looking at here is what I call a spatial computer. It's a next-generation games console. It's running an Android operating system, but it has a lot of secret sauce under the hood. We've partnered with a company called Surface Inc., who have done a lot of Apple's design work for about 20 years, everything from their iPod, their MacBook Pro, and everything in between. And we started building this new concept. And the video is going to be looping now, so you can probably stop the video from itself. But the product, as you can see here, is Curve, which is a desktop class PC. Now, in this configuration, it's plugged into your TV, your monitor, your mouse, your keyboard. It's a normal desktop PC. But if you want to do VR or AR, you can disconnect the computer, which is this small piece here, and the battery. And these magnetically stick together and will fit into a sling, such as the one that I'm conveniently wearing here, if my background doesn't get in the way. Once you're wearing your computer, you're then able to plug in augmented reality glasses. Now, the great thing about glasses like these, made by our partners Tilt5, or glasses like these, made by Xreal, is they don't have any compute power inside them, which means they are being driven entirely by something else. Now, up until now, that would have been a desktop computer. That would have been a games console, potentially even a mobile phone. But they all have their compromises. Your mobile phones will overheat. They'll run out of battery pretty bloody quick, and they don't really have enough horsepower. Your desktop computers, you're compromising on the mobility. Of course, you either have to have a big backpack with a big bulky desktop PC inside of it. And your self-contained solutions, you're compromising on comfort, really. You're not going to use that thing for more than 20 minutes to half an hour at a time, unless you're a real fanboy. So the thing that has to happen, in our opinion, is the decoupling of compute from display. Now, if I could draw an analogy, imagine if you wanted to play a PlayStation, but you could only play it on a Sony TV. How mad that would be. Now, unfortunately, that's the world we live in XR, because compute and display haven't yet been decoupled. What we're doing at Curve is we're decoupling compute power. We're building a dedicated machine that's running an open source operating system and has an app store that supports Web3 content to be able to deliver content to any VR, AR, TV, monitor. To us, they're all the same. Some have more sensors, some have less. So what we're really looking for now is to share developer kits with awesome developers. These are what the dev kits look like. Not quite as sexy, but still pretty cool. All in one, effectively. So this has the 3 modules, which is the I/O, the battery, and the processing. And we need great Web3 content because we've been building Web3 content for a while. And we do believe Web3 is the correct way to build. And especially when you're building something as innovative as a next generation games console, we want that thing to be populated with as much great Web3 content as we can. So I would ask, if possible, Flav, could you please do a screen share for the first link I shared? This is a preview of what we're here. Thank you very much. That we're over here in Los Angeles at the moment, about to demonstrate. A prelude, a precursor, if you will, to the holodeck. By putting these glasses on, by plugging it into a Curve, you're able to look at this retro-reflective material and then immerse yourself into these incredible 3D worlds. Unlike a TV screen or a cinema screen, you do have a level of depth to this where you can walk around and you can peer around the corner. It's a very new and novel way of experiencing an AR world on a pair of glasses that weigh less than 100 grams, being driven by a computer that is fairly lightweight, that sits on a sling around your shoulder. And so we've been at various pop-up events. Thank you again, Flav. I'd say it's going to loop from here, so don't need to bore everyone with it. But yes, so we've been over the past few months at various events, everywhere from Block Down to, in fact, Sandbox were kind enough to allow us to demonstrate some of this technology at their space in Paris. Frankly, where else have we been? All over the place. But SIGGRAPH, we had a booth over at SIGGRAPH at the LA Convention Center a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, rather. We're now back in LA. We have a couple of gallery spaces in West Hollywood and one in Wynwood in Venice Beach, where we're going to be demonstrating holo galleries. Effectively, you walk into a gallery, you put on one of these slings, and then you're getting immersed into a world that has been created by these amazing Web3 artists. So yeah, that's really what we're here to demonstrate. And if anyone's in LA, feel free to reach out. We'd love to get you in and to get you to play around with the tech. And again, if you're a developer building in Unity or Unreal and they're building Web3 content and are wondering what console to put it onto first, certainly reach out to us, because we're looking for great content and we're sharing developer kits at the moment. So yeah, I'd say in a nutshell, that's that's my feel.
No, very efficient. But I do have a question. But before that, just to let everyone have the time to answer your question as well for everyone, I will ask my question just after. So if you remember, I'm going to display it as well, so you're going to be able to say to everyone, to the crowd, please.
So what are the major differences between Curve compared to existing XR solutions?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that quite some time. So we're gonna let everyone answer the question on the chats. I know it's a new timeline. It's a new way to do our demo. So we will see if there is enough traction. If not, it's okay. It's something we're gonna try to do more and more to try to change a little bit when we will be able to have this demo day for everyone to participate. So Ed, I think on my side, one question I could have, you mentioned like you're looking for more Web3 content, and I see the Good Cat gang community as well. So how, if you had to say to the gaming community building blockchain game, how do you think they should capitalize on this technology? How what kind of experiences they would like to provide to the players based on what they build with their community in Web3 gaming?
Oh, it's a good question. So at least the way we look at Curve, the way we look at the product we're bringing to market is this is a device that can be used, plugged into a television and monitor like a traditional desktop. And so if you're a Web3 game developer, we don't need you to make any changes to your game. Simply target Android. I can already imagine some people shivering when they hear the word Android, but I do want to say we have the Tegra X2, which is about 8 times the power of a Nintendo Switch. So there's a lot of horsepower inside the chip that we have from NVIDIA. So it's a very simple thing. We've had many PC experiences ported straight onto the device. But again, if people are also interested in VR or in AR, we support all open VR displays. So if you have a Vive, an Index, you'll be able to plug one of these things in. We actually have the IP for lighthouse tracking running on an ARM-based device. So if you've already built some sort of virtual reality experience, even though it's running on a desktop PC, it would still be able to be ported and brought over the Curve. Or if you're interested in figuring out what the future of augmented reality is going to be on devices that are much lighter than these big, bulky VR headsets that we've seen over the past few years, then again, we have dev kits that we're looking to share with developers that can great content turned around. So to me, it's more what do the developers want to build, because we want to be able to support every piece of content that we could possibly throw at this thing. And currently it's doing pretty well. So yeah, I don't know if that answers the question, but certainly I'd say any developer, and again, Unreal or Unity, it matters not to us. We have SDKs and support for both.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. It makes me think of an idea because we used to travel and attend conferences and explain what is Web3 based on the community of new community of players and everything. So at some point, having the technology at the booth, at the BGA booth, could be an idea, especially with the members we have. Like, I'm thinking out loud that Aavegotchi is one of the biggest Web3 community, and definitely see a fit with what you're doing as well for a specific event we attend. So yeah, it makes me think of a lot of idea, which means like it's very exciting. So thanks again, Ed, for the presentation. And as far as I can see, I think not enough people we didn't get any answers from the two questions, which is fine. But definitely a lot of interesting stuff that you're representing. So thank you very much, the two of you, for presenting today. And I wish you a very good end of the day, mid of the day, depending on where you are, beginning of the day for me. Well, yeah, wish you a very good day, guys.
Thank you ever so much, Flav. Absolute pleasure. Have a good one.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ed. Bye.